Well, welcome back to another Bruce by the Magic Guy. I'm your host, Sean, and today we're working on a deck after Fluffy's own heart. That's right, Planebound Red Prison. So we were kind of messing around with this last. Oh, it's already in there. We were kind of messing around with this last stream. Sorry, some of the changes. Hey, what's up, Amber? Some of the changes didn't cross over. Let's see, Pia. Hazaret. I made some changes. I decided to get off the Rabbles plan. Like, the thing about the Rabbles is we already have some creatures in the main board that our opponents are going to want to kill. So I just decided to play more resilient threats out of the board instead of playing just like 2 or 3 Rabbles that are probably just going to die. I think there'll be matchups where we're sad we aren't playing the Rabble Masters, but for the most part, I think I'm overall going to be happier with this configuration. And at the end of the day, not that that's what matters most. That's not what I was about to say. I was just going to say at the end of the day, I think this might be the better decision, and we're going to try it this way first. But yeah, it's got the combo. I actually slimmed to only 2 copies, so that might make you a little bit sad, Jade. But I think because it's 2 of this 8 and this, which we can either find through Karn or we can find it through Goblin Engineer. There is one in the Karn board. The thing about this combo, meaning like the combo needs a lot of different pieces, right, to go infinite. You need one of the planeswalkers that makes progressively more mana. Maybe we should be playing 2 Koth, right? But we need one of this 5. All right, so we need Chandra or the Koth, right? And then we also need Accomplice, right? Okay, you with me so far? All right. Then we also need another named planeswalker. So it can't just be Chandra. It needs to be Chandra and then either Koth or the Karn, right? Or it could be Koth and Chandra. Or it could be Koth and Karn. So we need like a combination of the. It needs to be 2 different named walkers. Play Snow Mountains to pretend we're playing Skred. We are kind of a Chalice of the Void deck, Amber. If I had that many snow-covered mountains, maybe I would. Make them think we have Skred. Also, we need the Cloudstone Curio, right? So, at the end of the day, like, what are we really dedicating to the combo? Really just 3 slots, right? Because, like, we're happy to play these anyway. We're happy to play Karn. We're happy to play Koth and Chandra. So the things that are, and like there have been builds of this playing Engineer already. That's not anything new. What is kind of interesting and new is that for like 3 card slots, we have the ability to go infinite mana with Chandra and Koth. And for that, I think that's kind of cool. I think that might even actually be worth the card slots. We'll see if that holds true. Because we've given up, 4 card slots, right? 2 Curios, 2 Planebound. So we've given up about 4 slots in the deck to have infinite mana potential, right? Now, what are some of the other things that are good about these cards naturally? Well, Curio lets us reset Goblin Engineers, right? If I play an Engineer, it bounces the other Engineer. If I hard cast a Spirit Guide, it can return Engineer. We get another trigger out of him. We can go get something else. So I think that's useful. Being able to reset our walkers, like, because there'll be plenty of times where we have the Curio, we have the walkers, 2 different named walkers, because we're pretty heavy on planeswalkers for red. This is probably the most walkers you'd ever play in this deck. It's quite a few. But being able to like down tick Karn and then return him, play him again, down tick is kind of nice. Or like down tick with Chandra, play Koth, make a bunch of mana, replay Chandra. I mean, we'll probably get to use this on other board states than exclusively the combo. Is it a 4-piece combo? Yes. However, 2 two of the four pieces we're happy to have. We're happy to have walkers. We're happy if they're different named. We've kind of hedged a little bit more heavily on Chandra just because she's so very powerful. And Jade was talking to me about how she's so very powerful and useful in the combo. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and queue up and play. If it goes terribly, terribly wrong, that's really okay by me. I have a sneaking suspicion Fast Blood Moon or like Ensnaring Bridge. I'm sure we'll steal some games. Our last league didn't go all that great. We were playing the Blue Splash of Hogak. I actually went back and refined the mana, refined the sideboard, and I think that that deck may be something I re-explore. I think that the cool thing about um, the cool thing about Hedron Crab in that list is it's a one drop for Vengevine, but more importantly, it can help us see almost as many cards um, as the Stitchers can. The Stitcher is by far the better card in the deck. There's a lot of arguments to be made that we shouldn't try to go like three or four colors. Um, Just want to say I'm glad you started streaming. Plan to play WoW, catch up on my guild. I had nothing to listen to while I played. Well, I'm glad you listened in, Amber. Are you excited for Vanilla? I was going to maybe play it. I'm not sure if I'm going to after all, but that's a thing, right? I was thinking I might play Vanilla. Okay, so this hand is nothing. This hand isn't much better, but we'll keep. It's awkward that we have suns, but no second red source. And like just like many of the other mid-rangey or controlling decks in the format, like we by not having a other than this like janky combo and just slamming walkers and lock pieces, we don't have a lot of proactive game plans. Oh, the Suns is going to be maybe very good. He could be Druid combo. If it costs nothing extra, I don't think it's going to my understanding. I thought it was just your subscription. Ooh, Knight. Good night. That's a 4/4. Okay. Gonna need something like Bridge. What's up, Wumbo? Is Accomplice going to be a chump? I'd be sad if he was. Could be Spell Queller over there. Kind of thinking it is. I think I just want to cycle the Suns. Looks like a Spell Queller to me. A lot of these Knights lists, they like to also run Spell Queller. I mean, if we sweltered, we'd get the Noble and the Queller. Which isn't that bad. I'm sad we wouldn't get Knight. I'm down to... Gonna be down to 9. So, like, if I don't cycle this, all I'm doing with it is just... Like, I'm better off probably just... Chandraing the Knight. I mean, it might have second Queller here. That would definitely make me think he's going for the first. If we played Karn and tried to just... We'll play Chandra into this Queller. Certainly might get quelled, but you never know. Might not have the second one. Looks like he does. 4. Needs one more power over there. Fetch land does it. So I have to top deck Bridge, and that doesn't even save me. No, this is a good draw from the opponent, right? And Accelerant into good clock, right? Knight. We'll beat him post board, hopefully. So we'll bring in extra removal. I think Pia is going to be better than Hazaret. Now, what's going to be weak? Trinisphere is obviously weak. Um, the Tormods do very little. Run it back. If we can make room for Hazoret, that'd be great. Um, I think the Blood Moons on the play could maybe catch them off guard. On the draw, they're a little bit weak. Let's run it back like this. I think I still like Suns. I think I still like Anger. Let's run it back. We should be doing very little sideboarding when you're playing a Karn board, right? Doesn't mean we're not going to be switching pieces in and out, but, you know, you can really jam a lot of leagues this way, I guess. Well, unless you're up against opponents that want to just sit there and try to grind out games that, Anyway, we can turn one the Chalice. I think I would because they're a Noble Hierarch Bird deck. I have seen some of the new spoils. So Wumbo, my dear friend Patrick, is very excited about goblins moving forward. Um, it's a thing now. That was like really the one card that they were kind of missing. Might just next turn get this Ratchet Bomb out there. It's tempting to just play Engineer even though I don't have another artifact to pair with him yet. When we cut the... Oh, or we just draw one. Useful. In this matchup, we probably just want Bridge. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Thanks for the host, Larynx. Scoos. Trying to take me off my Goblin Engineer plays. We could crack this bomb instead, but we got plenty of mana. In this matchup, I probably want to set this to 3. Well, not because of Bridge. Maybe we're going to set it to 2. We'll see. I can certainly set it to 1 without much hesitation. Teferi discard.deck. I don't know about that. That sounds interesting, though. Another Engineer. Could just go get another Bridge just to make sure that we've got him on lock. What's neat here is we can weld the other... I can weld the other Bridge into play and probably just give up this Ratchet Bomb. Yeah, I don't know about that, Bunny. I'm pretty sure we just want more bridges. I mean, we can turn off the Knight. That's usually a good thing to do. Could also just turn off the Scavenging Ooze. And then I can weld the... I mean, turning off Knight is useful. I mean, like, opponent's going to get to cycle through if they're running any draw lands or utility lands. I might care less about... Alright, Deputy of Detention, negate. Okay, so he's going to get to hit this bridge. I mean, I could weld in the Ratchet Bomb then and try to take it up to 3. But we'd have to turn off the Scavenging Ooze for that to work. Yeah, the Leyline reprints, and then there's new Leyline, like red Leyline, anti-storm Leyline is interesting. It's an interesting Leyline. You sure there's room for Esper Charm too? Leyline of Combustion could be good in a classic burn or a zoo list. Okay, so if he's just getting fetches, that's not as scary. Knight's fascinating. I mean, with things like fetches, like knight. I mean, well, even without fetches, knight can make you additional mana in a turn. Such a powerful, iconic card. Been around a long time, and certainly, even a legacy staple. So maybe he just goes after my engineers. Actually, interesting. Okay, he's gonna go after the engineers. I might have considered taking bridge, but interesting. There's accomplice. I could have ritualed. So there's one piece to the wombo. We can block the deputy for now. Let's of course remember that there's a negate over there. What about new tutor? I mean, I respect him for going after Goblin Engineer. There's shenanigans. If I had had open mana there, I could have welded the bridge in and out, you know? Surprised he hasn't oozed away my graveyard artifacts yet. This will be company? No, we are townshipping. Alright, so he's planning on drawing removal for bridge and just going big. So we'd be good for us to get multiple things going here. Alright, Pia Kiran is great. It's not hit by negate. Might have a unified will though. Spell Queller. He could also have a Spell Queller. Sad pandas. That's pretty good in the matchup. Yeah, new leyline is pretty. The new leyline is pretty strong. I would say so. So unfortunately, we know our first planeswalker's answered due to negate. I think Chalice on 2 is fine. I'm not turning off too many things I care about. This turns off my opponent's negate. Chalice on 3 is also reasonable to do as well, except I kind of want to resolve more bridges. This might just get the negate, and then Walker's Eye draw or live. We are kind of in that unfortunate, precarious situation where, should the opponent draw an answer to the ensnaring bridge, well, technically. The problem with Blast Zone is, sure, they blow up bridge, but they'd blow up Knight, Queller, Deputy. They might still go for this, obviously. Townshipping over there. So there's Carnimus. Carnimus Maximus. Do we think he's getting countered? Am I supposed to cheat him in instead and use his abilities? Do you think he's got a counterspell over there, chat? Do you think we get to keep the Karn? Is it more important that I use him as a secondary bridge? Sure, certainly, like, Deputy of Detention breaks up me just stacking bridges. There's a real potential my opponent just has another counterspell here. If I Karn during my opponent's end step off of the Accomplice, I at least can guarantee getting the sideboard bridge, or Torpor Orb is good too. Torpor Orb turns off the Deputy, which seems to be like Like the most likely outs my opponent has, given that he's a company deck, are actually going to be creature triggers. Unless he's on like Kazali Pride Mage, it's probably actually we're supposed to get the Torpor Orb first. That might be worth. I think I'm just going to power through though. As tempting as it is to try to play around counter magic, I think I'm just going to put the Karn into play. But certainly this might just get quelled. So yeah, he has a counter spell. Yep. So we could have what I suggested was we could have used the accomplice to cheat around counter magic and use the Karn to go get the. I guess I would have just done it this turn actually, but then he could have just unified what I got off the Karn. So either way, we were kind of there's kind of a problem. All right, so let's Goblin Engineer. Now we have turned off the Scavenging Ooze. Oh, is this getting countered too? Okay. There's a lot of counters. All right, let's jam it again. We know opponent's hand is half path. No, well, you know the opponent's hand is half dead here. They have literally another counterspell. Okay. Now we do have the combo if I want to go get Curio. Well, I'd have to draw one of our mana producing walkers. I think I just go get Torpor Orb. Like we only have one more Goblin Engineer in the deck. I don't think we care about turning off our ETB. He also has my Pia and Kieran. That's my other ETB. Other than that, we don't have any anti-synergy. Let's grab the orb. Surprised opponent. Yeah, I'm surprised the opponent hasn't been using their knight. I'm also surprised the opponent hasn't been just ticking up the blast zone. But maybe it doesn't make sense because they'd be giving up a little bit too much to their board to set this to 3. Oh, he is going to move the blast zone up. Blast zone's up to 4, so he wants to just remove Karn. I respect that. They're just taking out Karn here. I respect that. We've got one more Karn in the deck. That's a dead ooze. Scavenger. Okay. Orb. Now opponent's just thinning, of course. They're looking for outs here. I'm assuming he has other outs besides Deputy. Deputy won't work anymore due to Torpor Orb, right? Creatures entering don't cause triggers. There's the Curio. Science does indeed rule. Thank you for hitting that button. Welcome to the Bruce by the Magic Guy show. Cloudstone Curio. Curious. Opponent, like, wait, am I supposed to counter that? Thank you so much for that follow, Van in 1987. So we have a lot of the combo now. We just need Planeswalkers. Is this finally a collected company? Surprised we haven't seen like any companies. We haven't seen any chords. Very surprising. This like draw step Vendilion click. So that a braid is interesting. That a braid could unlock my Pia and Kieran Nalar, and then like fireworks start to happen. I guess these are huge though at this point. We could get the Goblin Engineers back. What benefit would that do? Or no, I can't. They're huge. Never mind. All these creatures are huge. I can't really abrade anything anymore. Thanks for that button, Birmingham 1523. Welcome to the Bruce Spy Show. Yeah, we can't abrade like anything anymore, actually. I could like maybe try to kill this ooze. He Gavinies in response. Yeah, this is pretty dead. I don't necessarily want to make a token for him either. I mean, he can't attack with anything anyway, so guess we could just kill this ooze. There's no creatures in the yards, so if we want to in response to company. So maybe I get to kill something he gets off of the company. Is there a Bruce By song? There is. It's technically a remix. So we could have maybe abraded here, but like neither of them we really care about. Yeah, it's just a remix of the Bill Nye song that I paid for through a provider. We're ahead on time, which matters here. There's another bridge. But yeah, that's the Bruce By song. If there was one, that's the Bruce By song. If you hear when I'm booting up, actually a cute bunny that plays out. Holy, collect the company, Batman. No, it's just Gaviny activations. I don't feel like the opponent's going to break through, though. Double bridge and Torpor Orb. I feel like they're going to deck, or we get some Planeswalkers going. Another Accomplice. So this Accomplice returns this Spirit Guide if we want to do that. Oh, no, it's not going to because of Curio. But thankfully, the Planeswalkers will still work despite Torpor Orb. Yeah, Torpor Orb's not going to turn off us flickering Planeswalkers. Thanks for hitting that button, Jamuzi. Welcome to the show. Goblin Engineer's not going to trigger here. I mean, I don't have to play it out. Nothing over there can attack. So, we'll hold it. I promise you we have some other win conditions in. We've got a playset of Chandra. I've got Koth. Can certainly draw them. Oh man, Factor Fiction. I might just want to get the Goblin Engineer out there so I can potentially swap the Spyglass onto something else, or swap the oh, he does a Pride Mage. That's not good. So Pride Mage can take out stuff. Things. There's a Citadel. Yeah, I guess I will put in the Engineer. It's not going to trigger, but now that he's trying to blow up stuff, like I can just return whatever he blows. I wish I'd played this last turn because this is his plan. I guess if he goes to Gaviny, we kill the Pride Mage. Okay, he decides not to activate there. I don't really want to do it during my opponent's turn, but his board's certainly very lethal. Company. This is going to make a voice token, but that's pretty moot. Like, if we can't keep these bridges in play, we die anyway. So, alright, so opponent hits bridge. Oh, that's game. Opponent has another Pride Mage. If I'd played the Goblin Engineer out sooner, we actually win. Does he have another land? Looks like he might. Oh, he didn't. Okay, he's going to knight into one. If I'd played the Goblin Engineer out sooner, I could have swapped the bridge back into play. So that's my bad, chat. We might have won this. I don't think I can possibly block enough damage for us to live. Yeah, so I should have played Goblin. Well, I don't know why I held it. Like there's no benefit to me holding it. Let's see if we actually could live through this. 7 and 8. I still take lethal. That's my bad, chat. I should have played it out. Let's see if we were gonna draw a win condition anytime soon. It was gonna be some time, but like we have a lot of inevitability if I can just keep those bridges in play. So that's my bad, chat. We certainly could have won. Main deck these or no, they weren't main deck. This was game 2. Yeah, that was the match. My bad, chat. We could have won. I don't know why I held the Goblin Engineer. Certainly it makes sense to play it. I wasn't putting my opponent on something like Kasali Pride Mage. That's kind of old tech, but certainly good. That should have been a victory for us. I could have locked them out of their outs. I should have just played it. Because in response, so they kill it before they declare attackers. I weld it. Engineer it back into play. It's the Goblin Welder ability. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I don't know why I didn't just cast it though. Like I'm trying to think like what's the benefit of holding it. It's not like we were gonna get any curio triggers off it because we tutored up I thought the Torpor Orb would have locked out all of their outs, and then they just had runner like Kasali Pride Mage the turn that I didn't play the Engineer. This is a lot of mana. We're on the play. I actually know who we're playing against. Playing against Squaw, the chief himself. I probably shouldn't keep a one-lander even with all this free mana. But he's probably playing Hogak. I would imagine he's playing Hogak. Bridge is decent against them. Oh, Thoughtseize. Okay. I thought he might have been on Hogak. But yeah, we should technically be up a game, right? Well, no, I still would have had to have won game 3, so we really can't know if my misplay mattered, but it doesn't mean. I think it would have probably equaled us winning that second game, but it wouldn't have necessarily equaled a match win. So we can't really know, chat. It was certainly an impactful misplay for our game 2. Am I going to play the new tutor? The black tutor? I don't know about that tutor. I don't know about it. Yeah, that's a good take. I mean, we're on the draw, so hopefully we'll find it. So Simians are live. Land is live. Opponent's not doing anything, so that's a good sign. I think I'll just play Bomb. He's playing Salty Sultai. Snoltai. Yeah, he's playing Snoltai. He's going to be playing the Codals and stuff. It's a fun little deck. I don't know if I'd necessarily say that it's good. I've been working on a build of it myself because you get to play the sweeper, the snow sweeper. Yeah, you play Vistas. Could be a counterspell over there. I'm curious what counterspells he's into playing. We're finding all our Chandras this time around. They would have been nice last match. We just couldn't find win conditions. I mean, lock pieces buy you a lot of time to find win conditions. That's kind of the Mono Prison way. Opponent played through 2 Karns, 3 Karns. They had counter magic for. They had a lot of counter magic that we had to work through. Squad Chief is considering countering this bridge. Spawn Sire is broken on Moto. Last I played it, I'm not sure if it's still broken, but they didn't program it properly, so it just kind of it just kind of the activation cost is wrong. You can activate it for I think 2 mana or something stupid or 0 mana. It worked 2 years ago. Maybe I just curio. I'm not necessarily excited about jamming this Chandra into this cryptic command or whatever he has over there. You'll be blowing up. Wow, Blom. Ratchet Bomb gets blown up a lot in this deck on 1 and 2. It's pretty common. Do, 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 do. Hey, what's up, Marin? Thanks for that Party of 8 raid. Appreciate you, Marin. If you guys haven't seen Marin's content, she plays a bit of Modern to my knowledge, so you guys should go ahead and give her a follow. Click on her name in the chat. It's very easy to go in there and give her that nice follow. Thank you for that support, Marin. Thank you. Surprised we didn't get Shardless. Oh, for Modern? Force of Negation. You got it. You got it, Chief. It's your prerogative. So maybe we're going to resolve these Chandras. Why are we doing this now, though? Don't I just pop bomb? I think I'm fine with it just killing 2 Codals. I don't think we get greedy. I don't need to bounce a land here. No, we don't want to bouncy castle the Chandra either. Opponent is at 9. Yeah, different Planeswalker. We also need the Accomplice, though. The Accomplice probably dies. Okay, it's just a goof. Blow up my bridge. Tarmogoyf, blow up my bridge. That's scary. Okay, so we can make a lot of mana. So my plan is to Karn. I could return Chandra, but no point here since we don't have the combo. I'm going to say no. Let's Karn and just really make sure that these Goyfs aren't going to connect. I mean, we could get Trinisphere. We could get Chalice. Could try to start blowing up his lands, but I'm pretty sure I just grab Bridge and hope he doesn't have like a Maelstrom Pulse. Second Bridge keeps us on the safe side. I'm really kicking myself that we could have maybe won that first match. It would have been tough though, like just judging by some of his sideboard cards. I'm not trying to justify my misplay. It was certainly a misplay, but at the same time, like judging from our opponent's sideboard, it would have been an uphill game 3. Certainly winnable. Certainly could have been victorious. So we can reset the card. Engineer goes and gets something here. What do we need? I mean, we're missing Accomplice, right? We have everything else. I mean, we have enough mana for Lattice. Do you just go for Lattice, or do you want to go with Coding and just like pick off his blue sources? We could go big money. We could go big money. See if he has it. He already played 1 negation. Trophy my Karn. Okay, so the only thing I really want is just more bridges, just to make sure we really lock him out. I also kind of want the spyglass, just due to planeswalkers potentially, and then we just weld it in when we see what walkers he's on. Beautiful board state, Lattice. I'm telling you, look at this. So we draw Karn, it ends the game. There are two more Karn in our list. He has had enough. More resilient threats. I'm not really interested in these sweeps all that much. Crypts are only so good. I'd assume there are Snapcaster mages over there. We'll bring in some of this still, like Sweltering Cycles. Um, the Abrades will hit probably more important things than Clasm and Anger would. But see, I don't think we really have room for them though. Like I'm looking at all these other pieces, and I kind of rather have these other pieces. But like, we don't really need Trinisphere. The only thing that this stops is Force Pitch. That he is playing New Force. Um, he is playing Force Negation. So I mean, like I'm fine with it. Maybe this is still better than these. Overall, this is going to make his deck more inefficient, not ours. It doesn't really hurt us very much at all. Let's run it back. Very little changes. He doesn't care as much about Blood Moon, but like again, like as a Karn deck, like we're gonna be doing pretty little sideboarding, which is in a way kind of nice. You played Astral Drift today, Marin Moon. I'm sorry I missed your comment. That's awesome. I would love to see that list. If you want to share it with my chat, that would be fantastic. Let's mulligan this one lander. That's not where we want to be. He's on the play. We can scry, keep and scry to land, hopefully. Hope we hit land. If we do, this hand's pretty saucy. I could have mooned there. I kind of presume he's got counterspell though, like Ceremonious maybe, or okay, he didn't. So maybe I should have just jammed the Blood Moon. Oh, okay, well, I still get to. All right, we have Accomplice and Chandra. Need third land first. He's got Island. Okay, no black though. We got time. Accomplice blocks Goyf if we get land. This is Ninja. Spicy. Makes a dude. Goblin Engineer. Do we just get Curio? Because we almost have the combo, or we probably still get Bridge. It's tempting to think about Curio. I don't know if I would want to swap Chalice. I might just be blocking a Naga here, honestly. So maybe that was a misplay. Maybe I should have been something we don't want to draw at this point. These go wide really quickly, and we're talking like Pack Rat. So I certainly may need to swap in the bridge. These are going to go wide quickly. All right, Simeon. Simeon's a good thing to find. Simeon lets me play out the Planebound. I'm more interested in Chandra though, but we need to get underneath bridge, and I don't really want to just Spirit Guide to not use it. Although we kind of need to put the bridge into play, right? So unfortunately, I think we're gonna let go of this Chalice, and we can just exile this. We can do all that during my opponent's turn, though. We don't need to do it yet. We can do the swapping. Thanks for the bits, Everbright. That's a ton of bits. Wow. The Everblight, excuse me, the Everblight. Thank you so much for all the bits, and you're sharing those rewards to other people in chat. That's super cool. Thank you. So unfortunately, we're gonna swap these. I say unfortunately because these are cool. The Mist Syndicates. I thought that there was potential for this card. Pack Rat kind of style card. If I play Accomplice, that means I can't swap the bridge. The Everblight with a Twitch Prime sub as well? Remand. Uh-oh. Thank you so much for all this support. Wow. Thank you, guys. That's out of the blue, Everblight. Thank you. Let me open a pack for you. That's what I like to do on the show. Some of my other teammates also do the same thing. When we get support like this, I like to open up a chest in honor of the sub or resub. All right, what do we open? Interesting. Okay. We open 5 play points. Hivestone. This is a classic right here. Creatures you control are slivers in addition to the other creature types. Cool card. Does it have any potential? Probably not. Cool card, though. Keeper of Progenitus. 4 mana, 1/3. Whenever player taps a Mountain Forest or Plains for mana, that player adds additional mana of the type produced. Thank you for that support. Not a wonderful pack. That's not your fault. It's just something fun that we do. Okay, so we could jam Chandra into this very obvious counterspell, or I can end step the Chandra. To do what? I mean, like, I'm better off just jamming and hoping that she sticks. Another remand. A lot of his outs to bridge are actually going to need that basic black source. Now, if he's on the snow-covered plan, he actually is probably not all that vulnerable to Blood Moon, actually, because they do play quite a few basics. Chandra. And that was a little risky because what? Well, if the opponent... Let's play this Ratchet Bomb out. If the opponent had... this also gives me something to start welding. I'll probably tick this up, but... welding, we can... we want to find another bridge, to be honest, so I can always weld in bridge so we don't die as easily. There's Hazoret. Chandra, maybe we find land. There's Koth, we can cast that. Untapping this gives me access to the Goblin Engineer. No problem. Thanks, man. Love the content. Well, I'm glad that you do. I try. So what's your format of choice? Well, there goes my Ensnaring Bridge. Am I dead now? Maybe. Well, if he removes bridge, I just weld it back in. We have Chalice. He's going after my Blood Moon, actually. Okay. That I cannot weld back into play. So he just wants to unlock his colors. I'm with you, Squad Chief. I see what we're doing. Play Modern pretty much exclusively. We do quite a bit of that on the channel, especially with like all the stuff that's been going on with Modern. I think I'll take this up to 2. Like, we have the combo, I'm just missing one piece. Like, we have Accomplice, we have 2 Planeswalkers, we just need Curio. But we needed the bridge at the time. We did. So, Chandra's almost to ultimate. So we have lots of mana to work with. Not that interested in casting this Simian. I think I just want to cast Hazoret. I get so anxious every time we tap our bridge welding mana. Yeah, so he needs to kill Engineer. This is getting Counter Squalled. This is getting Snap Remanded. Okay. I feel like, wouldn't you rather spend the Snapcaster on the Pulse? I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's always very tempting to remand. It doesn't put me back under, though, for bridge, which is important here. I mean, is that his plan to like keep us at a certain number of cards? Snap does get to attack here. Maybe that's why he did it, because the snap gets to hit like Koth. I don't want to give up engineer because then the bridge is exposed. Maybe he's just going after a planeswalker. Oh, he's just going after engineer. Okay. I mean, if he does that, we can pop bomb to blow up Snapcaster Mage. Is this a signal? Seems like it might be a signal of bad things to come for us. Might be just double answer. Answer that, then answer bridge. So now I'm sad I didn't tick up the bomb anymore. I mean, we're going to get the Goyf as well. Yeah, this is bad news, Bears. So it looks like the Nagas are going to come through and just go crazy. We almost got the Koth emblem off. I could have like shot them all. Planebound gives the deck an infinite combo. So Planebound plus 2 different named walkers, as long as one of them is Koth. Well, since it's Karn, Koth, Chandra, we're going to have one of these two, and then a Karn or the other. And thanks to Curio says, this is actually something that Jade was showing me. Whenever a non-artifact permanent enters the battlefield and you control, you may return another permanent. So you just you just keep bouncing the planeswalkers as you make infinite mana, because this only costs 1 mana, and Chandra's second +1 is 2 mana. Koth, as long as we have 2 or more mountains, his -2 will give us 2 mana. So as long as we're making 2 mana, it's infinite. So we are going to lose the bridge here. We're safe to pop the bomb. Blows up these, but like these Nagas are going to be a real problem. These are all going face. Oh no, I'm actually just dead because I don't have another out. Good games. Is that match? No, it's not match. These are scary. We can beat them. We can beat them. I actually would rather fight them without a braid. I'd rather fight them with the sweepers. Trinisphere can go. Yeah, let's play these. He actually doesn't seem to have anything that we want to spyglass. That doesn't mean he's not running something that we want to spyglass. Let's actually swap out the crypts, just because they're just here for like Snapcaster. That's only so good. Let's swap out one. It's also something cheap for Goblin Engineer, but like sometimes like Goblin Engineers just, chalices and stuff. But yeah, it's like a 2 of. Other than that, the deck's relatively normal, right? So like the only thing that's really weird here is the accomplices and the curios. Other than that, it's pretty stock. I thought about playing a third one, but I'm kind of glad I'm not. I guess I'll keep this. No acceleration, but I'll keep it. Yeah, of course, a Birmingham 1523. What do you like to go by? A Birmingham? Do you like to go by ham? What are you into? What you like? Well, I don't want to keep you though. You said you got to go, so I'll see you next time, Birmingham. Don't want to keep you. Probably slam Chalice. Probably takes Chalice. I mean, Engineer's really good though in this matchup, I'd imagine. Might even take the Engineer. Like his hand might not care about Chalice. He might just take Engineer here. Oh, takes Chalice. Might have removal for Engineer is the reason. I think I will get Bridge. Yeah, I'll get Bridge. And we need another artifact, so like that certainly, Did I see the new Mill toy? No, link it. I haven't. I saw new ley lines. I saw the Spirit make mana guy. Obviously, Goblins is getting a huge boost. We talked about that a little bit. Simeon into Chandra seems good. Chandra kill Goyf. Surgical Bridge. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to be able to kill this Goyf just because no, this gets exiled, but instant grows Goyf, so we can't kill Goyf anymore with the Chandra minus. This is going to be artifact, instant, land, sorcery. So that'll be a 4/5 Goyf. We certainly still play out Chandra though, I think, and Engineer can block for her. A little bit awkward. It's always a little bit awkward when you can't kill Goyf with Chandra. I mean, 4/5 Goyf is, the deck is designed to get the Goyf to about that size. Or Goyf in general, just in Modern, is going to look about that size on average. It's usually between a 3/4 and a 5/6. I mean, 5/6 being usually the largest Goyf you'll see. So I guess I'm just jumping. That feels bad. But like having the Chandra in play gives me another draw. I could even minus Chandra, as bad as that is. Okay, another Goyf. Then we're just plussing. Gives me 2 looks at... that doesn't hit anything. Gives me looks at bridges. Oh no, we don't have looks at bridges. He surgicaled them. Mountain. Yeah, we're in trouble. I mean, this deck, I've always kind of been of the opinion that the deck, especially against creatures that can go pretty large, the deck has always kind of hinged on bridge. That's nothing new. I've known that about the deck for a long time. So a lot of our, like, we have to use Karn to go get our other bridge, to beat double Goyf. Ratchet Bomb if it happens quickly. Okay, hang on. So there's Karn. Does he have plan? I mean, if he has Counterspell, we lose. So we've got a lot of mana to work with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is enough for Karn bridge. So now the problem with this play is what, chat? Is he could counter this. He could simply have removal spell for the bridge. Good games. I would assume that this matchup's tough though, right? The Blood Moons don't matter as much because they're running quite a few basics. I think so far in this league we certainly could have beaten our first round opponent. Second round opponent maybe not. They have a lot of artifact planeswalker removal. They don't care as much about Blood Moon, so we'll see if we get good matches for the rest of this league, and if not, it's okay. This is a fun little thought experiment. I have some other decks to share with you guys. Of course, you guys know I'm always brewing, always building. We got 27 seconds. So I have a few other decks that I've been developing just in lieu of... I guess kind of the big one we need to play still is the Emrakul deck. So I see a lot of people staying low to the ground with Eldamari's Call, but there's a lot of other powerful synergies that this pieces together, and I actually decided to go big and try like a Through the Breach deck instead, because Call finds Emrakul. Emrakul is also something you can spend your infinite mana on, since the deck is a Devoted Druid combo deck. So you're either piecing together this combo or you're piecing together this combo, the Breach combo. And we're only using the finest of creatures, right? I mean, like Emrakul, of course, being the bee's knees. And so you'll notice that I don't have like as many big boom booms as you would normally have in Devoted Druid combo, but if you just cast Emrakul, you get the extra turn, you kill them the next turn. So there's actually plenty of, like, there's Ballista, you can tutor for Ballista. I'm also trying out Giver in this list to protect Ilharg, to protect Druid pieces, Druid combo pieces. And other than that, it's also featuring some of my favorite cards like Fiery Justice, bunch of Hate in the board, some Moons. Should be fun. Should be fun for us. We'll try it. Ooh, I keep this. Have I thought about Ballista? I could see maybe Ballista. Maybe over the Pyroclasm I haven't been that impressed with. Alright, Graveyard deck. Come on, Graveyard deck. We get to play this Scavenger Grounds maybe. Oh, Elves. Well, Elves cares about Chalice a lot. Would they scoop to Chalice on one? No, they'll play on, but this is still very good against them. If I played Grounds, maybe he doesn't think we're Moon. Yeah, their whole hand just completely changed when we did that, when the Fire Nation came. I mean, playing Blood Moon cuts them on the Peatland, cuts them on black. Ooh, Stampede. Yeah, we don't care about that. We probably play Blood Moon. This is our opportunity to turn off this Peatland, opportunity to turn off black. Playing Accomplice blocks Druid. I'll just play Moon. Turns off the Peatland draw. I think that's fine. This is going to come out in this matchup. And maybe it should have come out against our last opponent too. So we're gonna play. We're gonna add a. We're gonna cut the Pyroclasm. We're gonna add a Walking Ballista. You saying I like that a lot to the idea of Ballista or the Breach deck I was working on. It's not finished. This is just a prototype. I hope you guys know a lot of these lists, unless I like grind them through leagues, are just prototypes. Unless you guys are testing them, they're just prototypes. So, yeah, Blood Moon's weak. P and Kieran Nalaar is strong. These are strong. Trinisphere is Spyglass turned off Missouri and Druid. These don't do anything unless we just want artifact count for Engineer. This is definitely my style of deck, though. I like Engineer in these prison decks a lot. Koth is weak, but like kind of like having access to the combo. Hazoret blocks well. I'd like to not have to tutor for Chalice of the Void. It's very strong in the matchup. Let's just put it in. Same could be said for maybe not Bridge. Bridge, I guess I'd like to be able to tutor for. Torpor Orb is very strong. Do we just want it in the deck as an engineer target? Probably. So what is Karn getting? Karn is getting Bomb. Karn is getting Bridge. Karn gets Lattice or Curio. These are what he's going to get most of the time. Maybe even Spyglass. Those are going to be kind of our... These are like kind of like what we're actually going to be planning to get with Karn. Yeah. Looks right to me. Okay. Been loving Engineer in all sorts of decks. Yeah, Last God. Like, oh yeah, to the Ballista. I got you. So the, is the Moon still good though? Shuts off decay. Maybe it is correct. Maybe it is correct. Keep. I know they like Reclamation Sage, but you're right. Maybe some number of Blood Moon is still correct to turn off the Black Splash potential sideboard cards we're afraid of. That's reasonable. Torpor Orb's good. I'd like to get the Engineer down before I do that, though. Go like maybe tutor up. Well, no, we probably should slam Chalice on one. Well, no, he's got Cavern, so it doesn't matter as much. Archdruid's scary. We're gonna play Engineer. Go get a Bridge. Yeah, Engineer's super cool. Lots of cool things you can do with this card. Probably one of the strongest cards they printed in Modern Horizons. Actually, I should have speculated on this guy. That sucks that we're maybe gonna just blow up this board. Maybe I do something weird, which is... Oh, there's Karn. All right, let's take it slow for a moment here, chat. I need to think about this. Do we give up this Engineer to blow up the board? It would. I hate that. I hate that that's probably what I have to do. I should have predicted that he was going to go wide like this. Like, I pretty much just have to Suns. What do you mean by speculating? Like, money-wise? Like, I maybe should have speculated on this card because it's something that I know I'd play and like, and it also has the potential to be bonkers in the future. Like, it's kind of the closest thing that we got to like Stoneforge in Modern, but it's also strong in these Prisons decks. It's strong in these decks trying to assemble Thopter Sword. Card's just pretty solid. Just pop the board. Yeah, I think you're right. Sorry, Gabi. Even though this guy's a 4/4, he'll die because he shrinks because these other Anthem effects go away. So he's going to Company. If he finds some more Anthems, we lose. So we actually do just lose. Well done, opponent. That was a solid draw from them. All right, let's board. So do we want to try to squeeze in Room for Moon? I still don't feel like it's great. A lot of the time, the way that they're answering like Bridge is going to be... Let's cut the Trinisphere, though. That could be the first Moon. Trinisphere is just too slow a lot of the time. There we go. Yeah, we died. They needed to hit some Anthems, and they did. We'll maybe take this third game. 3 lands and nothing. Mulligan that. Blast Zone, Bridge. Probably keep this. This deck doesn't really have the luxury of mulliganing great. I think this is another deck that There's a lot of decks in Modern that'll really benefit from the London Mulligan rule. I mean, all of them will. It's just, it might be more pronounced for some than others. I don't know if I want to show the Blast Zone just yet. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking of doing with it. Oops. It's good practice not to do that kind of tapping on Moto because it doesn't let you undo if you make another game action. There's only certain stuff you can undo. Is he just going to blow this up? Reclamation, Sage. We hope it's like Assassin's Trophy, right? That'd be great for us. Assassin's Trophy, we slam Karn. That'd be good. That's not what happens, though. But yeah, I agree with you there. Hiding the Blast Zone is a good idea. Probably just playing Planeswalker next turn. Let me take a wallop here. Youch. Simeon. Okay. Chandra plus can almost play Karn. Chandra, see what we find. Maybe we can cast it. I mean, this only blows up Mystic here. Let's Chandra and see what we find. No. We can. I mean, I can exile this Simeon during the begin combat phase, and then he only gets to swing with Chancellor, Druid. Could be like Collect the Company he's sitting on over there. Lead. Would have been better to use Simeon. Yeah, it seems so. Yeah, I like just exiling this. All right, so he can only hit us with Clan Caller. I keep calling it Chancellor. It's Elvish Clan Caller. I'm sorry, guys. You opened a foil Goblin Engineer? That's cool, Last God. Yeah. You hit my Chandra, whatever. Whatever. So we actually have the ability to shut off a lot of what they would probably answer this with, which would be, I mean, we could just go get another Ensnaring Bridge, but I like the idea of just turning off his EDBs. His EDBs. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can just lattice next turn. So let's go. Oh, did I put it in? I just put it in, didn't I? Sad. Okay. I guess we just get bridge then. Yeah. It's okay, we can cast that too. Chandra plus 2 mana. Double bridge is relatively safe. I mean, there's Maelstrom Pulse. In the format, there's occasionally Echoing Truth. There's Maelstrom Pulse. I actually think Echoing Truth is really solid out of the... I think they'd like that Blue Splash idea for our Hogak, Crabgak list. Because a lot of the reasonable amount of the time you'll see double Leyline, and the deck doesn't really go up to 3 mana for Maelstrom Pulse, but we could like Echoing Truth those. Opponent assumes I'm going to get Lattice. All right, so we got our first win. Let's win out. That's what I was saying. Let's play against some decks that care about Blood Moon for once. Could have also just put a counter on Blast Zone. Oh, if I'd use Simeon. I only need to win one more match to get half of our sign up. Like, this structure is actually really friendly to some of the jank we like to jam. I might keep this. It's a pretty honest hand. Like, no artifact to go with Engineer, but... Like, it's turn 3 Koth. Oh, is this Hogak? There you go. I've got quite a bit of graveyard hate, but we just might not see it in time. I've got 2 mainboard crypts, and it is. There's a Scavenger Grounds from us. Do I reveal this? Probably not. I guess I could... No, I can't play it and then, like, ritual into that. Yeah, it's not going to work. I guess I play Engineer and go get Crypt. I guess I could also get Bridge. I like Crypt better. I think we engineer and go get Crypt and hope to cheat that into play at some point. Yeah, let's go get Crypt. Yes, this lessens my chance to top deck Crypt, but we have plenty of artifacts in the deck we could certainly draw. Neonate. Next turn, getting to Scavengers here is pretty good, right? Although he might already get this Vengevine out by then. I would be very surprised if he didn't get this Vengevine out. Yeah, he's going to. Almost guaranteed he's got another 1-drop. Yup. And this is the difference, right? If we were on the play, we would have been able to... Or no, we were on the play. 2 lands. Yeah, we were on... We were. I mean, I can kill the Vengevine. And block for Chandra. Scavengering here doesn't even really do anything. Oh, we're in trouble, chat. Problem with killing Vengevine is he just eats with feeder. Chandra sets up the Scavenger. Well, not really. It's possible he has another 2 1-drops in his hand. There are a ton of 1-drops because there are obviously a Vengevine deck. I played this a lot myself, so I know kind of the inevitable sadness that's about to happen to us. Like, yes, I did shave the 4th Crypt. The original build of this deck was actually 3 Crypt in the main board, but I think I snuck something in. It's important to have it right now. Okay, if he's looting, maybe there's a chance he doesn't have double 1-drop again. I still likely lose Chandra here, but we can follow up with Scavenger and hopefully... Oh, no, we're just dead. That's about to be a Hogak. Leyline got officially spoiled. Nice. Might be able to actually afford them. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious that they were gonna. If they were printing Sanctity, that probably means they're also gonna print. It's cool that they printed like a red leyline that's actually legitimate. So I don't get to protect Chandra here, do I? Actually, this is only his first creature cast this turn. The Hogak needs to cast a second creature. It's very possible he has one. Most of their deck is creatures. Oh, he exiled the Vengevine, so we actually get to block and protect Chandra. Is that worth it though? Oh no, he's just going face. I'll take it. I mean, it's gonna hurt. We pretty much have to find bridge. Oh, thank goodness, Moto. Okay. So I can Karn and then get out a 2-drop. That's not good enough. Oh, well, I can get the Crypt back, but all it does is get these ghasts. We could try to spike bridge. I don't think that's worth it. I think I'm supposed to Karn. Yeah, we're just a little bit mana shy here, aren't we, chat? Where we have access to 6. Let's look at our Karn board. Maybe there's an option I'm not thinking of. I don't see one. We would need bridge here to survive the Hogak attack. I mean, I could go get a 0, and I can obviously Goblin Engineer the Crypt, but maybe we should have just gotten bridge. I was sitting there thinking maybe I just need bridge, because like, I don't think we're gonna get this out fast enough, and I was unfortunately my inclination was correct. I don't see an out. Okay. Well, actually, I wasn't dead yet if we exiled the Bloodghast, right? Let's see what my next draw was. Trinisphere? Okay. Yeah, we're dead. All right, let's beat him post-board. We certainly can. We certainly have the ability to do so. Klasm's okay. If we pair it with Graveyard Hate, it's okay. Um, Trinisphere's weak. Curio combo is probably too cute to run. We might actually have room for it anyway, though, just because a lot of these are going to want to be tutored. Like, we want to have these in the board. We do want one of the... Well, no, I moved the Crypt to the main. Right? It's just too slow to tutor 4 off of Karn to be effective. Spyglass turns off the combo. So I think we actually run it like this. Blood Moon's irrelevant, although their mana is greedy. Unless they have the basic, this actually does get them, but that's maybe a swing and a miss. Maybe let's just play the Abrade. Oh, there's certain like against like Infect also, like I'm gonna cut this, like Burn, we cut the combo. Like there's plenty of decks. If they're not grinding, we cut the combo. Sweeper, Engineer, Chandra, sure. Yeah, Anger's good here. I mean, he might Thoughtseize it, but Anger's reasonable. Engineer can go try to find Tormods again. Might, again, be too slow. Maybe I should just search out Bridge. Since I cut a couple artifacts from this build, we've actually been having trouble returning stuff with Engineer too. So maybe the 4th Tormod should be in here anyway. I haven't really been using the Trinisphere, or been really wanting it. It's just nice to give Goblin Engineer something that hates on combo, though. Maybe we don't main deck Spyglass. Maybe that would be a better configuration. We still have a Spyglass in the Karn board. You kind of want to put the more general usage cards in the main board, or the things you just need faster. This is like one of the best zeros to pair with Goblin Engineer at the moment, because like if it's not effective in the matchup, it was cheap, we turn it into something more useful. Hey, cool. We just drew that natural. So actually just going to engineer up Bridge, I think. There's merit to just going and getting another Crypt. And maybe I'm not even supposed to play this Crypt yet. Maybe I'm supposed to be brave and wait, because he might just blow this up here. It's insane that... Oh yeah, the deck certainly can. So I actually don't get to Crypt here because I don't get priority. So unfortunate, but that is how the deck works. So I'm better off just getting Bridge back. That's fine. You can have Bloodghast. I need to turn this Crypt into Bridge to fight the Hogak. Yep, that's what their deck does. I mean, I can Anger after we swap the Bridge in. I actually was hoping to draw a land there. He does have the basic swamp, so this didn't matter. He drew this naturally, actually. No fetching required, right? Oh, no, I think actually maybe he did fetch. Yeah, maybe he did. Yeah, Delta. Okay. He did fetch for it. But yeah, we kick it back. I have to turn this Crypt into the Bridge and not get smacked by Hogak. Unfortunately, I can't like do it during combat to block Stitchers. I don't know if I'd want to. We just hope that he doesn't have an answer to the Bridge. I thought that this deck, though, at the end of the day, I thought that the deck might only be able to pull off like a 3-2 or a 2-3, to be perfectly honest with you, chat. Not that I had super low expectations. I just figured this prototype probably was cute in certain matchups. We still get to take 4. Opponent doesn't attack. They're just comboing me. Is this Alter? I'm assuming if he's not attacking with these, he's just trying to combo. More untapped creatures for Hogak shenanigans. Alter. Yep. I do not have an answer. Will they go off? Probably. There's a reasonable chance. Okay, so he's on the Wismare build. There's a reasonable chance. Nope, opponent hasn't found a Bridge. Oh, there's Bridge. I don't have mana into braid my own Engineer here, which I would maybe do. We should be dead. Main problem is they reprinted Alter in a modern. I feel like I just want to play our Crabgak list and show you guys how sweet that it might be. I fixed the mana base. That was really the big issue with the league that we played. I think that the Crabgak build is really cool. I think you guys might like it. We can work on that after this. I'd also be interested in just working on this Breach deck. The night is young, right? What time is it? Nope, the night is not young. This is our only league tonight. It's already 10 and I got work in the morning. But it's been fun. Thanks for coming, guys. I'm not necessarily shutting down the stream now, but we are comboed. We got one more round with this deck. Try to at least eke out some points, right? We spent the equivalent of 10 Moto dollars, right? We spent 100 points to queue up with this nonsense. If we win just one more game, we get half of that back. So I think I will certainly play a fifth. Well, you know how I operate, guys. I almost always finish leagues to the entirety just for the sake of you guys getting to see the deck a little bit more. Not necessarily on the grind. In fact, because I went home and visited family for Father's Day, which I don't regret whatsoever. We had like a little fun cookout. I didn't have time last weekend to grind. I'm not going to hit most likely the 35 modern points required to play in the event on Saturday unless I like stay up late tonight grind tomorrow, the next day, because that's a deficit of 13 points. I'd have to get 13 points between now and Saturday. I'd probably just be miserable trying to do that. Speaking of miserable, am I dead yet? Yeah. I mean, the combo is deterministic at this point. I can't imagine they make a mistake. Yeah, actually, we weren't drawing very well this game anyway. All right, let's get one more win. Now I'm really wishing we'd beaten our first round opponent. Like, because we technically had the lock. I threw that away. Yeah, Crabgak. My take on the deck might be really cool. I'm not sure. But I was testing Hedron Crabs and a Blue Splash. I think actually what I want to do with that list is add more. I think I want another Echoing Truth. So I think Truth is actually really sweet. I think I'm going to cut the Charm. I think this is cool. This helps us against sweepers. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to cut the Nature's Claim. I haven't really been that in love with it. And we have a Shenanigans already. So yeah, I fixed the mana base. Yeah, I did. Perfect. I was going to play Gemstones. We're 4 colors, right? Technically. Like, we're like green light post board. Game 1, we've got blue for sure because of Crab. Post board, we only have blue if we brought in like Dispel or Truth. Dispel efficiently fights Trap and Surgical. Truth efficiently fights Leyline, especially multiple Leylines. We do have other answers to Leyline, but only singletons, right? Trophies, Charm. And then I've got the sideboard plan of Torgar. So I'd actually be interested in showing you guys this list. Maybe after this. Maybe we'll play like one game of it because it's what I'm planning to maybe grind. Working on this mess. Oh, Ren Jund. So you were asking if I was going to play it. I saw maybe, no offense, a cooler Jund today. I saw another streamer while during work today. While I was just listening in. Tucker French, Professor French. He was playing the Suspend spell with. I don't think he made the list though. It looked like he just popped it in from Goldfish. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to knock him. I don't think I should credit him with the list because I think he grabbed it. But that was a really cool take on the deck. Playing Dread Hordes. It was playing Dread Horde. It was playing the Suspense spell, and it was playing Ren. So it was doing all the new broken things you could possibly be doing in Jund. I'll keep this because it's got Simeon. It's got Scavenger. Maybe it'll be relevant. You can't really go wrong with Bridge in a lot of matchups. But then this looks fine. I like that you're on 3 Bloodbraid. That maybe seems correct. I feel like a lot of people are like, no, it's 4. It's always 4. And it's like, I see Jund players die with multiple Bloodbraids in their hand all the time. Like, just because the deck is designed to grind and you want to grind doesn't mean you have enough time to grind. So I like the 3 of Bloodbraid. Now, if we were playing the Suspend spell, I'd play the playset with the hopes of setting it up. I also built a waterfalls deck, which might be up your alley if you just like grindy decks like Jund. He's playing Prison, I'm assuming. Might just want to get the Karn into play right here. Okay. So that was a pretty easy life, easy win. Let's cut these. I assume we okay. All right. Well, we got half of our entry back. Sweet. So we're still floating 250 points. I mean, we could try to. So yeah, that's the list. Maybe this is what it should have looked like. One more Tormod script would have certainly helped us against the Degenerate Graveyard deck that we're about to maybe play. I think Arcanist plays best with Temir or Grixis, though. Yeah, exactly. You get Ancestral. Yeah, so I had a Temir list I was messing around with. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna play Crabgak. I actually don't even need to download this because I still have the list in my account. There's some cool stuff here, like waterfalls could be fun. Snolltie, some cool things we've been messing around with lately. I do really once I get this refined, I do want to show you guys the Eladamri's Emrakul. All right, so Crabgak. We've called it Torgak attack, Crabgak Bridgevine. Like we've got some ideas. All right, so this mana base is the only thing that needs updating. Actually, was I gonna play the mountain? I can't remember. I don't think I was. I think I was just gonna play. I squeezed in gemstones. Yeah, it'll make us a little bit happier with the mana. Like we'll take a little bit less damage. Sure, like if the game goes long, it'll really matter. Um, to be perfectly honest, like yeah, I mean if the game goes long, yes, gemstone really does matter. But one tomb, one grave, two crypt, bunch of fetches. In fact, that's one too many fetch, isn't it? We don't even need Bloodstain playset, by the way. I'm not playing the basic mountain. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, so that's an 18, and then I was going to try cutting the... what did I cut? The Golgari Charm? No, the Nature's Claim, and I was going to play... I think I like having a more robust sideboard. I know that Nature's Claim is efficient, but like Echoing Truth answering multiple pieces of hate, because a lot of the time when people are playing hate, they'll be playing multiple pieces of the same. I've just noticed that happening a lot against us. Like we play against double leyline more than I'd like to admit. I see that. I like the idea that truth. I mean, sure, we could just like play Maelstrom Pulse, right? Dredge sometimes does that. The problem is Maelstrom Pulse is a lot of mana, and this deck is an 18 land deck, so like three mana is a lot. So basically, it's more or less the normal Hogak shell. There's Hogaks that you don't see. Sorry about that. It's more or less the normal Hogak shell, with the exception being that we're splashing blue for some of our sideboard, because both Dispel and Truth are pretty useful in this deck. And then, but also the Hedron Crabs are going to make it a little bit more consistent. It's not going to help us see Altar of Dementia. I have thought about just playing the Noxious Revival again. That's maybe the only other change I'd make to the list, is to play Noxious. I don't know what I'd cut to squeeze it in, though, is the problem. Noxious Revival is kind of just the most efficient way if you want to have, quote-unquote, more copies of Altar of Dementia. The problem is like it doesn't play great with some of the other pieces of the deck, right? Like people will kill Feeder, you can get back Feeder. People will kill Crab, you can get back Crab. People will try to exile your bridges, you can protect Bridge, put it back on top. So this card does have other implications in the deck. What was the 5-color snow control? It was just a prototype. I'm sure it's bad. It probably was doing what Snolltie was doing, but trying to go deeper. It's probably just nonsense. Yes, it was nonsense. It was indeed nonsense. Sometimes I go deep and I'm just having fun building a deck and don't really have any intention of showing it or playing it. Oh man, scrying cheats. Yeah, that happens pretty often with me. All right, so I'd like to try the Noxious Revival. I just don't know what to cut. I don't like cutting the 16. I don't want to go any lower on feeders and crawlers than 3 ofs. I don't like cutting any of the other looks. We could cut a crab. If only for the sake of we're not always going to have blue mana turn 1. And that lets me test the revival, because revival being kind of the most efficient way to like kind of include an extra copy of Altar of Dementia. I still want triple crab, I think, to test them. And this gives us more 1-drops, right? This gives us a lot more 1-drops, so we can more consistently Vengevine. This gives us 21. Sorry, that gives me 17 1-drops. Bloodghast can sometimes be used to trigger Vengevine as well. The Hogax, of course, a reasonable amount of the time will bring back Vengevine as well. So the way the deck curves, you've got your 1s, you've got your 0s, and you've got or cards that are hoping to be 0, and then you've got your altars, and that's the deck. Seen a fair amount of decks running a card with a shuffle trigger. A shuffle trigger. That's kind of neat. Like, are you thinking in the realm of like green command? Is that what you mean? Yeah, a bunch of fetches, a swamp, bunch of gemstones. Let's try it. I think this actually might work. It's full blown 4-color. Shuffles it all back. Interesting. 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 Let's see how much hate we get hit by tonight. I don't promise you guys a full league. It's already 10:21. Why don't we stop at 11 tonight? That is the goal. Let me just do this. Let's open a new copy. Delete what I have. We'll rent what we don't. Thank you guys for coming. The Planebound deck was fun. We're going to play a little bit of Crabgak, so I'm going to go ahead and switch our stream title. Thank you, Jade, for the ideas. Fluffy Wolf would have been proud. So we're going to play Modern Crabgak Ridgevine version. This is 2.3. Actually, it's 2.4. We changed the sideboard and the mana base. That's a pretty big change. With the Torgar sideboard plan. So we already have this. These need another necrotic wound. Have the shenanigans, need the trophies, have charm. And all I'm doing right here is I'm just setting up the deck file. We already have that. I'm just setting up the deck file. Have 2 Venges, have the crabs, have virtually the whole mana base except for caverns. Got stitches. And I have Hogax. Okay, so this is what I need to rent. You just export that file. Super easy. Card Hoarder, I'm not sure if some of the other sites have it. Card Hoarder's my sponsor, so I just use them. It just makes things simple. They're fast. Not just saying that because... But I mean, I think they're one of the better services out there. We've talked about this before. All right, let's add that to cart. Oh, actually, I don't have enough balance available. That last deck's pretty expensive, I guess, with all the Karns and Lattice and everything. Let's add this to cart, and I'll return the Blood Moon deck. We don't actually have enough money. Not enough tickets. All right, let's return. The Blood Moon deck was 293 tickets for me to rent, so. Veil of Summer. Yeah, I can fix that RMEC. That's not a hard fix. My camera just probably needs to either be... It's like computer needs an upgrade, camera needs to be replaced. We've had this microphone forever as well, so... I am aware that unless I reset my camera at some point in the night, it tends to fall behind. So now it should be more spot on. I appreciate you, Ermic. It doesn't really bother me. I mean, if people are staring at my face and watching and making sure my audio is synced to the video, I appreciate that. That gives me a reference. Oh, did I not click on the correct? That's very possible. What does it do? You're gonna make me pull it up? You're gonna make me do things? Let's take a look at this. Draw a card. If opponent has cast a black or blue spell this turn, spells you control can't be countered. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue black. So they're really trying to pump up this effect. This is a reference to an older card, of course. Should be in the Thesaurus from one of the earlier core sets. This card's cool. They don't have the Thesaurus set up for this just yet. But yeah, new leyline, new red leyline, sweet. Planar cleansing is that. I recognize it just from the art and the mana cost. Leyline of the Void reprint. That's cool. I like how these all kind of like look kind of. They're all kind of similar looking. Yeah, Ringleader is huge for my buddy who loves goblins, or just anybody who loves goblins in general. I like that these all kind of match. That's cool. They haven't really done that so much before. Actually, I think there was one set where they kind of had some similar art going on. Other cool cards like Kaikar I think is kind of cool, but it probably won't do anything outside of EDH. Yeah, I mean, Regulator's kind of cool. Yeah, nothing really. You guys were talking about Symmetry. My problem with Symmetry is that they get to tutor first, or they get access to the card first, unless we can draw what we just put on top, which is possible. You could design the deck to draw what we just put on top. It's very possible you could have a control deck that draws the card that we need first. Pairing this with another draw spell. If you pair it with another draw spell, it could work. Yeah. I don't know. Chandras are cool. I mean, 3-mana Chandra. Can't go wrong there. 3-mana Chandra that casts stuff from our graveyard seems sweet. Yep. Oh no, I've ruined us. So, if you don't accept... Brian, with almost a year, forced them to search, activate Archive Trap. Or Lantern. Brian, thank you so much for the support. Yeah, Lantern, that's true. That card could be very insane in like a Lantern control. Thank you so much, Brian. While we're waiting for Moto to redo, let me go ahead and open up a chest. I like to do that for our subs and resubs. Brian, thank you so much for the support, Brian. We're going to be playing some Ojutai for you. 5 points. Cool beans. Docet of Perfection, which turns into Final Iteration. This is the Big Daddy Delver Secrets. An Evolution Vat. Tap target creature and put a 1/1 counter on it until end of turn. That creature gains, for 4 mana, double the number of 1/1 counters on that creature. Not a very good... I'm going to be honest with you, man. This is probably the worst chest I've opened in a long time. But that doesn't mean anything on you, Brian. I appreciate you. Yeah. All right, let's see. Hopefully the order bot comes back to us. Oh. That's weird that I have a random chat with Oarsman. I don't remember opening that up. Maybe he said something to us earlier? I have no idea. That's random. Huh. Yeah, that's Joe, Mr. Joe Lissette. What's up, man? Huh. Don't remember meaning to talk to Joe. I used to battle Joe a little bit when we were jamming the Robopod list. We would sometimes run into one another. Sorry, message could not be... It's not Card Hoarder's fault. I forgot to accept the trade. So, hopefully... Alright, cool. It just resets if you time out. So we can grab these cards. Or sorry, I'm returning cards. That's right. Yeah, I know Robopod. The Robopod days are not behind us. There's more Robopod to come. I'm kind of tanking on the list right now, trying to think what it should actually look like. Um, Robopod may indeed rise again. I think we went too deep with the Karn and the other. I think, well, maybe not. It's hard to say. Let's check out. Let's check it out. Might have gone a little bit too deep too quickly because I think we tried both Karn and then I quickly also threw in Vanifar. Or no, we tried Vanifar and then I also tried Karn like in the next version right after that, and we hadn't quite figured out how many Vanifar the list needed. We got like I got all excited about Vanifar because Vanifar, of course, being blue in a Force of Will deck, that's useful if you have draw an extra one. It helped the blue count for the deck to be able to actually support Force. Um, yeah. All right. But anyway, let's. So yeah, we didn't do great with the prison deck. It needs a little bit of tweakage, obviously. The infinite combo is cute. We never assembled it. It's a lot of pieces. Um, yeah, is a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces to assemble. Cards should get here any second now. So let's just go ahead and get ready. Yeah, so the blue splash, like I said, gives us access to some number of Hedrons. We're going to try 3. So I want to test the revival for grabbing the altar dementia. Because like the deck is really good at seeing lots and lots of cards, right? It is. Deck is good at seeing lots of cards. But the problem is altar dementia, we don't want to see that in the graveyard. We want one of them in our hand. So by playing revival, not only do we get to rebuy some of these powerful sideboard cards after board, although maybe this just comes out because it's dead if they hit our graveyard. Whereas like some of these other cards, like Bridge is dead obviously if the graveyard's turned off, so is Revival. But at least this too. But some of these other cards at least still kind of work. Hogak. Like the things that get completely turned off if the graveyard is no longer working are these 16. But this other 26 still kind of works. Obviously it's weakened, right? I mean this is a 1/1, for example. We can't like bring back Gravecrawler or Bloodghast. I mean, the deck is significantly weaker should our graveyard get hit. So I think a common sideboard plan we're going to see is just take out the crabs and the revival and bring in 4 cards. But anyway, while we have a moment of downtime, how are you guys doing? Are there some other decks you'd like to see me brew or try to attempt? I think that Jund list could be kind of cool. We could work on Bear Force a little bit more. I do like this combo. So for those of you that didn't see us playing this deck a few weeks ago, this was Gitrog Monster plus Ayula's Influence. Plus, there's one more piece, Dakmor Salvage. But what's kind of cool is you can kind of, like, you don't, I mean, I guess you could play this in like a rampy deck. I actually, after we built the deck, I think I played the wrong card. We were trying to use Commune to find all the different pieces to the deck, right? Because Commune can mill over Salvage. And since it says creature or enchantment, it can also just find Gitrog or Ayula's. If I was to build this deck again, I would be playing, what is that spell? Beyond the Horizon? Beyond the, let me just gather this. It's, what is it called? Search library basic lands cycling. Edge of Autumn. Kind of like the future sight Edge of Autumn. I probably would play Edge of Autumn because once you cast, so not only does this help us ramp to some of these, like these are like a little bit more mana than you normally see in like a Rock or Abzan deck. We ended up going Abzan because Commune turns over Lingering Souls. We wanted to try out Kai's Guile as well. Cool thing about this card is not only does it ramp you in the early stages of the game, right? If you have 4 or fewer, well, perfect. That'll get us to Gitrog status, right? But also the cool thing about this card is it actually, you know what? This combo can go inside of Sultai colors, right? It's just black green. We could maybe Also brew this Sultai. Yeah, you want black for having salvage in your mana base, and also lets us go off a little bit sooner because Edge of Autumn lets us sacrifice the salvage immediately. We can go off immediately instead of having to wait till the next turn. So actually, this card should have been in that previous build. So instead of doing something more mid-rangey, I'd probably play this ramp spell and maybe try a blue splash because everybody's trying Sultai. Might be sweet. Oh, our cards are here. Cool. What about Astrolabe? We could just play eggs. Oh gosh. Yeah, Astrolabe makes eggs a little bit better, doesn't it? Or like what was that list we were playing? It was what was it called, Wumbo? It was what was it? It was the I can't think of it. I'll think of it like after we start playing this list, but it was like the cheap impersonation or the semblance anvil take on Kark Clan after Kark Clan was banned. It's not the name of it though. It'll come to me in a bit, but it's we made a list for it. Hang on, it should be in here. That's why we have Stream Decker, so I can keep track of all these decks, not just on my Magic Online account for you guys. This really is a great resource if you want to see some of the jank we've been playing. Slot Machine. Oh, thank you, Armaic. Armaic, you did beat me to it. All right, so Slot Machine, yeah. And I gave a shout out to Smodster and the Slot Machine Facebook group. But yeah, so like Grinding Station builds. This is us trying Karn and Ugin. Ugin, of course, also gives you the reduction, but he's just a lot of mana. But I do like that this is a one card enabler for the combo. So like even though you're obviously quite a bit slower, right, because it's not 4 mana like Kark Clan, this is something you can hit off stirrings. And I mean, like, I was still running Semblance Anvils, and I had one as a Karn target as well. This list didn't do great though. It was still a little bit janky. I wonder if you're just better off just slamming Ugins and playing a little bit more rampy of a plan. Because the fact that this doesn't 2-for-1 us and it's a planeswalker that gets to, like, I don't know, blows up Stony Silence. Like I think Ugin's actually maybe a way to build Slot Machine, because like going down 2 cards on the Semblance Anvil always feels bad. Yes, it's fast. Yes, it probably is still the correct build. Yes, 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 whatever. But I think Ugin was actually really sweet, and I wish I'd explored this a little bit more. Maybe like I just said, a rampier build. The fact that this is just a 1-card combo piece is nice. You still need a sacrifice outlet. So like if you're playing, actually this list was playing Sword without Thopter Sword, but you know, like the problem with the deck is you need. We didn't have very many sack engines. This build was a Ravager build though, so like you had Ravagers and Grinding Stations. So yeah, maybe like an Ugin build could be cool. Weird. Oh, okay. Yeah. When are we gonna build Intruder Alarm Urza? I don't know. You tell me. That sounds sweet. Intruder Alarm also got that new 2-drop a few sets ago. The elf. She's green white. She goes infinite with Intruder Alarm, the legendary. I think all the other creatures that went infinite with Intruder Alarm were more than. You do need to have another. You do need to have a way to tap her with another creature. Oh, my Magic Online's crashing. Okay. Nope, there it goes. All right, let's play. Because of how fast this deck is, I mean, it either gets there or it doesn't. Like, we probably can jam like a game or two. It is 10:38, so let's at least play one game because you guys waited so patiently for me, and then we're going to host over to another stream. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I'm going to look on my phone and try to find someone to host over to. If one of my teammates is on, surely that's where I'm going to go. Death and Taxes, Card Kingdom, Nola Gold. Fatal Injury is jamming Karn in Modern Jund. That's fun. Edgar is playing a Devoted Druid deck. There's some choices here. Some choices. Host Stickball. Uh, am I mistaken, or I mean, not that I have any problem hosting foreign language streams. Oh no, Stickball is not. I thought he was the other guy. There's another guy that has like Ball in his Twitch name. That's a foreign language stream. Yeah, what's he playing? I see his stream now. What's he playing? Don't recognize it. Consume Spirit. He's playing like a mono black nonsense. Okay, fair enough. Tui's playing Hogak just like we are right now. Hmm. Can't find an opponent. They're trying. They don't want to get hit by us. They do not want to get Hogaked. I think my Magic Online is officially crashed. I think we're gonna need a reboot. I think we're gonna need a reboot, guys. That's okay. Better that we crash now than in the middle of the match, because when it tries to reload, it tends to um, it tends to lose some of the card art, and that's no fun for you guys. Like certainly watching on your little smartphone screens or wherever you're watching your laptop, you know. I'm always curious what you guys are watching on. I rarely ask that question anymore. I used to ask that question a little bit more frequently. Not that it's fun for me to poll you guys. You're like, oh, I have to get up and type. I just want to watch you, Bruce Spy. I just want to listen. Why are you asking all these questions, Sean? Come on, man. But it is interesting. Laptop, interesting. I watch a lot of streams on my smartphone. That's usually my go-to. Like, unless I'm streaming, then of course I'm on my computer. I usually watch. Me personally, I usually watch on um, phone. Yeah, same here. Exactly, part chat. I appreciate when you guys chime in. It makes it more fun for me. Like that's I wouldn't stream if I didn't enjoy the interactivity. Like I would just be a YouTuber if I didn't want to talk to you guys. I would just be a YouTube person. And they're so good. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that all YouTubers don't want to talk to people. That's not true. They're very social people on YouTube, but like I guess if you wanted to make content but not have to talk like with people, if you just wanted to talk to them, then like I imagine being a YouTube video maker would be both lucrative potentially and a good place to do it. All right. Let's at least get in one game. Let's do it. Guan Maestro with the Party of Six raid. Thank you, my friend. What were you playing tonight? What were you guys on? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for that, Guano. Maestro himself. Thank you for that. Oh, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this, I think. Don't Inquisition my looting. Looks like burn. Maybe not. Looks like dredge. Okay, we're a little faster than them, depending on our draw. Science rules. Thanks for hitting that button. Welcome to the Bruce by the Magic Guy Show. We're playing a little bit of Crab Gack, Hogak, Crab Gack, Bridgevine. It's gonna hurt a little bit. We're not playing the basic mountain at the moment. Now, Dredge being on the play means that they might race us, so we could get both bridge set up. We're not actually casting the Vengevines next turn. I mean, like, that's not to say that we won't find the creature necessary. We could do a split as well, which might be the best option. $13. Get some Bruce by. Oh, well, thanks, man. A little bit of Mono Red Phoenix. Very nice. Stinky. It's a pretty good dredge for them so far. It's going to be a Bloodghast most likely. Nargamoeba, Prized Amalgam. I did forego Grave Hate on my sideboard with the current build, by the way. Just trying to break through it. Oh yeah, man. Get some sleep, dude. 13 hours is certainly a long stream. That's a long time to stream, my friend. You definitely deserve it. Yeah, so we're gonna need to draw a little better than this, chat, if we're gonna beat them. They can of course kill their own creatures to exile my bridge. This is definitely like a two ships passing in the night kind of matchup, right? Alright, so he kills his own creature to exile my bridge. That's fine, we have another bridge in hand. Maybe we'll get that out. No, I respect it. I respect him killing his own creature there. Gravecrawler, Gravecrawler. So we do get to get out the Vengevine. I am kind of sad that I decided not to. Yeah. That's okay. Could be worse, chat. Could be worse. So let's go ahead and Crawler, Crawler. Get this here Vengevine into play. Oh, he's got Hogak in his build. He can cast it too. This Conflag? He made red mana. Oh, it's just a cathartic reunion. I would imagine that Dredge is interested in some number of Hogaks. I think it was really only a matter of time before they figure out how many that they want to play. Ooh, double creeping chill. It's rough. It's rough. I mean, we get to look at a lot of cards next turn, and we have land drop, and it's a fetch. So it's possible that we still get there. He just puts Hogak in, and I just combo him. It is possible. We got to draw pretty well. There's only actually 2 bridges in deck. So our best draw would be, maybe I'm just going to looting this into the graveyard. We'll see. Well, I can't do that and also cast Altar. Oh, am I just dead? I'm actually just dead. Him hitting all those creeping chills. We're going to have to go post board. That's lethal. I'm curious what Altar would have seen though. So we untap. Okay, there's Hogak. So we could start doing the loop. How deep was bridge number 3? Bridge number 3 was pretty deep. We actually might have whiffed. Yeah, actually, I don't think we were going to get there, even if he didn't have lethal. Yep. Bridges were all the way on the bottom. So against Dredge, I don't really like switching gears. The easiest is going to be on Leyline, so let's just run some of our best answers to Leyline. It's going to be Truth. That's going to be Trophies and Charm. Other than that, I mean, you don't really want anything against Dredge. Like, Wound hits their creatures, who cares? So we can cut the Crabs and Revival. And then maybe like a Venge or a Bloodghast. I don't want to overboard against them, obviously. I think just being able to hit Leyline is good enough for me. Maybe I'll cut a Venge, actually. No, Vengevine goes big enough that, well, it does get blocked by Amalgam, but I think I'll cut maybe... I mean, we already cut a Noxious, so we're already, like, going to see Altar a little bit less. No, that's not true. You would cut Venge or Bloodghast first before you'd cut the combo in this matchup. You want to keep the combo. Like, we want to keep a lot of the cheaty face creatures, and yeah, we probably want to keep our free creatures in combo. Let's cut either something from here or maybe Bloodghast. We'll keep the Vengevines. That's disappointing. That's one of those matches where if I won the dice roll, we probably have a pretty decent chance. So we're going to dig, try to find one of our outs to the ley line. We have quite a few of them. There's 5. See if we can't find it. Let's go ahead and dump that and dump the altar. I don't know. Like I feel like I want to keep the combo though, but we have more copies of that in here. There's trophy, easy peasy. You guys were worried for a second, weren't you? We'll be fine. We'll be fine, chat. It's gonna hurt a little bit though. Yeah, so we trophy the ley line. Oh, that's not a bad not a bad dredge for them. Who knows? Maybe they just incorporate Hogak better than this deck does. Very possible, chat. It was only a matter of time before they started testing it. What did we see? We saw one Hogak from the opponent's dredge. And at least here, it's not like this land is bringing back a Bloodghast, this particular board state. Right, so we neonate, discard Gravecrawler. That's not good. So we're quite behind. May just lose because we took a bunch of damage to blow up the ley line. Very possible. Okay, Bloodghast. Yeah, very possible we're just a little bit behind, too behind. Opponent's got a con flag they're setting up. I can't imagine we're going to win. Like, it has to be exactly altar, and that's the thing. Like, if I could have kept this, maybe I didn't need... What did we have in our hand at the time? Maybe I didn't need the extra Gravecrawler. I'm trying to think what I could have given up. If we're dead here, I'll draw a few cards and see if the altar would have won for us. I probably need to just pray to hit their ley line and keep altar. Like neonate could draw us there. Yeah, I think altar is just too important for this matchup. I think in retrospect, I should have. What is this? 1, 2, 3. It's very lethal. Like these guys don't block. This is 5. Con flag. I'll dig a few cards deeper though. I wonder how far the next altar was. Okay, looting. Nah. I should have maybe ditched like one of the extra grave crawlers. It was that far down. I should have maybe... That was quick enough. We can play another one. Maybe I should have just held on to this saying, all right, well, in this matchup, like, we have to combo. So, I think, yeah, in retrospect, I think I discarded the wrong card to... Some of the wrong cards to the Faithless Looting. I think we discarded... I think I even did discard a Gravecrawler, though. No, I discarded a Bridge and Altar, and discarding Altar was wrong. And that's okay. We'll learn from it. I mean, this list just having a lot of ways to fight through and break through Graveyard Hate means I'm also not running my own. If we lose the coin flip to decks like Dredge or the Mirror, we might just lose because of that. Something to think about. That is indeed something to think about, chat. Like, we've spent a lot of sideboard slots on fighting hate or having alternate win cons, but no... I mean, I think that the leyline build for this deck is going to be so very much better once the London Mulligan rule is in effect. That doesn't mean that leyline's bad right now, right? Because our opponent had a leyline, which is very relevant, that we had to slow down and trophy the leyline. Oh man, stop losing the die roll. It's funny, we had plenty of turn ones with the prison deck, but now we're not getting any with this deck. I mean, we could see a bunch of like Crab with all these fetches, like sure, but it's not very much else. This hand is quite a bit better. I'll take a Hogak. Need to see another creature, but I think I take the first Hogak Giver. It's fine. We tried Burning Inquiry. I liked the Burning Inquiry build. That was like we tried Hollow One in there too. I liked it okay. Foil MTG. I'd also play Revival in that list too, if I had the opportunity. Let's dump the Vine and the Hogak. Yeah, if I had the opportunity to try another build of this tonight, I mean we tried it quite a few times. It doesn't give you as much control as some of the other versions of this deck have, which is nice. We do, other than Stitcher, and I guess in my build the Hedron Crabs, like you have a bit of control over how you're discarding what you're discarding, right? The benefit of playing something like Burning Inquiry, you're still in red, right? We're not as greedy. I do like some of what the blue does for our sideboard. Yeah. All right, Duskwatch. Well, we know what deck that is. Am I supposed to revival this looting? That seems wrong. I think I'm just going feeder, feeder, bring back Vengevine next turn. Like, this doesn't scare me that much. Like him having the mana dump, opponent's deciding whether or not to swing. I think you do. Opponent decides not to. I respect that. Much respect. All right, so let's feeder, feeder, bring back Vine, I think. We can get basic swamp. Shouldn't matter. Now, opponent obviously gets to block with Giver. Okay. This is a 6. If I could somehow... 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, we have a Hogak in our hand, so it works just fine. I'm sitting there thinking, wait, I can't quite do it. Oh, wait, we could just play the one in my hand. How many leagues have I been going with this list? This is my first one with... actually, that's not true. I tried one other league with the Crabs. I played a playset of Crab. I actually think the Revival is going to be really sweet for rebuying Altar. The problem was the mana base. This is my first time trying Gemstone. I think the mana base was what just destroyed us the last time I attempted this deck. This like the blue splash. So I think in retrospect, I can't even necessarily blame the testing of Crab. I think Crab is sweet because it gives us more one drops for Vengevine, justifies a little bit of a blue splash because these are some blue cards that I've been wanting to test in the deck. As you can see, I'm not playing a playset of Crab, but I think we have a lot of fetches. You'll notice I'm playing quite a bit more fetch than I think the list did normally. Maybe this is the same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's usually like a 9. All right, so we just play this, try to win. My girlfriend and I think my pronunciation of inquiry might be British. Wouldn't they say it more like inquiry? Inquiry. 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 I'm going to do the Vengevine first. Crawler, Bloodghast, okay. Science rules. Thanks for hitting that button. Skivit. Welcome to the Bruce By Show. Hey, we hit some more Hogaks. No bridges yet, though. So that's scary. No land drop either. I mean, we go as far as we can, right? So, for example, now I sacrifice the... we sack the feeder? Yeah, we sack the feeders, hoping to find bridge. Maybe that's just wrong. It has to be exactly. Whereas if I keep a feeder, I can bring back Gravecrawler next turn. It's not like he's. Yes, there's potential he kills us next turn. Like, I'd love to just find the combo here, chat. But we didn't. We need a land. Maybe I should have revivaled land last turn. If I'd had a land here, what could I have done? I could have brought back. I could have gotten this Bloodghast, and I could have brought back this Gravecrawler. Oh wait, we could bring back the Vengevines though if I cast the Hogak again, right? That was only my first creature this turn. Hang on, turn 2. Casts feeder, casts feeder. No, hang on, it's my next turn after that. Okay, turn 3, casts altar. Yeah, I haven't cast any creatures yet. I've cast one Hogak. So if I cast another Hogak, I get the Vengevines back. So we could keep going. So let's do that. So let's alter the. I don't even know if I want to do that to this other feeder. I don't think I do. Let's crack the Hogak. Maybe we find a bridge. We did find bridge. Oh, what am I saying? How am I gonna? I'm sitting here thinking, oh well, we can just get these Vengevines out because I'll just Hogak. I didn't have another untapped black creature. I mean, now technically I'll get a zombie for this feeder, but it would have needed to be double, right? Yeah, it would have needed to have been double. I mean, we were just trying to get there, so I don't necessarily fault us for going for it. We need one more creature here to go off. So I probably die now. I mean, they might not have all the pieces they need, right? They need Vizier, they need to tutor for Vizier, or they need like company into Vizier. I think I am just supposed to go for it there though. I don't think I can fault us. I'm gonna revival a land. Make it be a little harder for him to find it, maybe. Eternal Witness. Okay. Yeah, it seemed good to go, right? Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Ballista to remove my bridges. That seems correct. Now I wish I had the revival to protect my bridge. Oh, we only lose one bridge though. Birds. Okay, so what we do here is we return the Gravecrawler. I mean, I could try to looting into land. I think I'm just supposed to Gravecrawler, get the Vengevines back, try to combo off again. Like, yes, what happened there looks really unfortunate, but we might still get there despite me trying to go for it and whiffing. Like, that's one of those lines where it's not necessarily wrong what we did, because there was a small percent chance that we hit the bridge sooner than we did, and we potentially won. I'm not trying to justify it. Like we did end up fizzling, right? But there was potential to win. Okay, there's a bridge. So let's see, double bridge actually. Unless I make a mistake, opponent should know that this is lethal. Cancel. So let's Hogak first, holding control. Exile stuff that doesn't matter. Tap the Hogak, tap something else. It doesn't matter what we tap. All right, while this is on the stack, we alter, targeting ourselves. The Hogak, get some triggers. Bring this back. Tap you, tap one of these summoning sick ones, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did I not hold control? I didn't. I thought I was. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I did mean to. Alright, so Hogak, tap the Hogak. I'm holding control on my keyboard, so we'll see if it does that again. Alright, cool. Maybe I slipped my finger on it slightly. All right, so he's going to kill off his druid, and this is the correct thing for him to do. So he's going to hit all my bridges. He's got 47 cards left in deck. Um, I can crack my Vengevines. Actually, that's probably wrong. I should just leave these in play. Okay, so he kills it off this time. We crack this Vengevine. We get those zombies at least. Yeah, so these triggers are going to resolve before I get to resolve anymore. So we are going to lose all the bridges. So it does take us off the infinite, but he also doesn't have his devoted druid anymore. Yeah. We got a Hogak. 39 cards left in the deck. Hang on, let's do some math. I might still just win here. If he was going to do that, I think he should have done it a little bit sooner. That's not me trying to say, ooh, opponent misplayed. Like, not necessarily. Delta. Hogak on the stack. Mill you for 8. Like, we could just mill him off of all the pieces as well. Maybe that's wrong because he has Eternal Witness in hand. Maybe it's wrong for me to try to mill him unless I'm going to get him all the way. I think we are. 31 cards. Hang on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah. Plus we're going to get another Hogak back. So we still mill him out. If he was going to try to take us off the bridges, and again, I'm not trying to slap my opponent in the face and be like, you made a misplay. Like, no. But if his plan was to use, because that is a use of Devoted Druid, is to take us off of bridges. So let's not make any mistakes. If I make any mistakes, we don't win. So if we make any mistakes, we don't win. Well, that's not true. Actually, I don't even need this 8, do I? Crack him. We're having to use the whole apple here, chat, or the whole husk, the whole thing. 2, 1. All right. So we still got there. You get 3 zombos each time you legend rule your Hogak. Yes. Yeah, that was interesting. That is definitely a cool thing about Devoted Druid is you can make it, put itself in the graveyard. And anyway, how do we want to board against them? I don't think Torgar's great. They have a lot of blockers, so I don't really like switching over to this plan if they just are going to chump block him all day. Truth is interesting. Like, what kind of graveyard hate do you put my opponent on, chat? Or do we just want to... I think we want Wound, actually. Yeah, Wound does seem good. I usually just cut the Crab. Post board. Maybe the Revival. Although Revival reviving some of these sideboard cards is actually kind of nice. I almost like it more than... well, hang on. I don't know if I want to take us off the combo in this matchup at all. I think that they block our Vengevines pretty efficiently. Same could be said about the Bloodghast. Bloodghasts are better, or relatively easier when it comes to the combo. I mean, they're both useful during the combo. But if we wanted to keep in the actual core of the combo, we would keep in this 12 and maybe cut here. Maybe even cut a crawler, as crazy as it. I don't like to cut crawlers now that I'm only on 3. Same could be said for feeder. The Thoughtseizes might be good. Trophy is probably where we want to be. I mean, depends on... We didn't actually find out what tutor he's on. I assume he's on call. So, like, this hits trap, surgical, call, cord, company. I mean, unless he's on the new... I should have looked at his graveyard. I'm sorry I didn't, chat. I did not look at my opponent's graveyard to find out what he was on. You really should do that. If the opponent's going to let you mill them out instead of scooping, I should have certainly looked. We're going to bring in back some of the Bloodghast and the Vengevines. Don't worry, chat. I'm just thinking what space we can make. Yeah, probably the trophies and the wounds. I mean, maybe we even play the hand hate. I don't know about that. Maybe that's all we want. Maybe we just want this 4. We don't want to overboard. I mean, like, I think the Dispels might hit some of their tech against us and hit like their tutor stuff. So maybe we will run the Dispel. And then I'm gonna go with Bloodghast over Vengevine in this matchup, and then maybe we play one Vine. And again, the singleton Vine could still be something like here, but let's go with this. Golgari Charm could catch the Devoted Druid. Golgari Charm hits the other guy in the combo. Yeah, remind me. Maybe next game we'll bring in the Golgari Charm over the Vine. Dementia. There's a wound. I'll keep it. It's not a wonderful hand, right? Because there's no dumping of the graveyard naturally, but also no creature for wound. So I could have my feeder kill himself so we kill the bird that way. That seems bad. I'm not planning on doing that, chat. That's not my plan. Couple of boards. It's a lot of boards. It's a lot of the birds. Looting, I probably... Well, here's the unfortunate thing. So sure, it's going to turn on this... It's going to turn on the wound. It's very likely the next creature he plays we do care about. Let's dump the gas because we get it back next turn. Let's dump the Hogak. Pretty straightforward. So we've got two creatures for... Oh, that was a free attack there. What am I doing? No, the edges, chat. The edges. That was a free point of damage. No. Yeah, Golgari Charm would have been bonkers. Incubation. Yeah, this is a cool card. The other side of this split card is actually relatively relevant. The best kind of relevant. Yeah. Freaky art. Thoughtseize. Okay. That probably takes my wound. Oh, he whiffed on the incubation. Happens. Especially after sideboarding. Higher chance, I bet. I'm not going to fire off wound on one of these birds, I don't think, though, even though this is probably what he takes. I mean, Thoughtseize would dilute the deck of creatures, though. Opponent doesn't agree. Same number of creatures after sideboard. That was a Thoughtseize, though. I believe you. I said, Thoughtseize made me think otherwise. I believe you. All right, so let's alter and try to get there. Right? Right? Two, three, 4, 5, 6. So we're one shy. If I alter the Bloodghast and bring it back, we can. I was hoping to hit more Bloodghast first, but beggars can't be choosers. Let's go with Blood Crypt because we have a looting in our hand. Although it probably just becomes Gravecrawler. Ooh, Ravenous, gross. Not bad. It's okay, we can set up some more. No. We did take game one. Hogak. Like, this deck actually rebuilds okay. Did we lose any bridges there? We didn't. So it's not the worst. Like, the saddest thing that we lost in that Ravenous was my opponent's like trying to sit here like, ooh, I'm going to whiff on this card. Like, he brought in Thoughtseizes and traps. So, does he have the rest of the combo? He's got one card in hand. We'll see if it's the rest of the combo. Okay, no. But he can sacrifice his druid to take me off of bridge. Golgari Charm would be just nuts. My goodness. All right, so we could take him off the combo. We do want to do that um, before going to get bridges and stuff. And it's nice that it gets exiled, right? Because, like you were saying, Wumbo. Okay, if he has another one here, we stop him by keep the. If I want to keep Gravecrawler, opponent scoops. All right, so we're 1-1. We did lose to Dredge. I mean, granted, on the draw, right? Leyline happened, so like kind of a lot of the exactly the things that they want to break in their favor. Actually, I'm gonna call it a night. It is late. It's 11:15. We'll finish this. So close to when I wanted to stop. We'll finish this next stream. I'll see you guys. I might even stream tomorrow night. Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. I think we're gonna host over to. Somebody was saying I should host. I mean, but Death and Cat Mix is on. What was the recommended stream? It was ball something. I see a bunch of flicker wisps. Stick Walrus was what you guys were. He got off. Oh, okay. Death and Cat Mix is doing some Karn stuff. Nola Gold is doing Legacy Lands. Maybe he's playing the modern deck now. No, he's still playing Legacy Lands. What do you guys want to watch? Where should I send you guys? Who's another good recommendation? I think Karn is interesting. I think Death and Cat Mix is interesting. Karn and Modern Jund, though? That's weird. Huh. This guy's been trying to make it, though. I sympathize. Like, I heard his spiel the other day. We're going to host this guy. He seems like a nice guy. Fatal Injury. You guys can check him out, and if you like his content, you give him a follow, of course. All right, I'll see you guys on the next. He's kind of just like a Jund grinder. All right, Fatal Injury. Corey B's also on this deck. What? Oh, is he playing Hedron Crabs? Oh man, I won his list then. I thought I was the first one to be jamming crabs. That's okay if I wasn't. Doesn't bother me. This is the second Stasis guy with the Twitch Prime. Let's do that first. Thank you so much for the support, Stasis guy. How you been? Let's open a chesty real quick for you, my friend. I hate to get off like right after getting a sub like that. That's not my style. Ooh, Student of Warfare. This is a really bad. Wow, we've been opening a lot of bad chests, but thank you so much for the support, Stasis guy. That in my mind, outdoes the crappy chests we just opened. Aegis Angel. As long as we can control her, we have indestructible on something. This makes me think of the new Hex Drinker, like call back to Level Up. Doing good, just been watching GDARP. I was waiting you to get on, forgot the time. No worries, Stasis guy. Yeah, I'm trying to stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and then once over the weekends is my current stream schedule, which is pretty rigorous when you think about it. That's 5 times a week I'm trying to stream. So that's when it is, Stasis. I pushed it back a little bit later though. We were doing 5. Like I was streaming, I think 5:30, and it's been too difficult between work and coming home and like errands and eating, going to the gym. I haven't been able to just get home and immediately start streaming from work. So lately I've just been streaming a little bit later than 5, more like 6 or 7. Today I think we started around 8, to be honest. So I think it's better if I don't actually nail down the time. I think it's best if it's just like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Brian, no worries, man. I'm going to send it over to him, though. I think he's still playing. Are you still playing? Is he just looking at lists? Is he going to play? Ooh, Jund Loam. That's cool. Classic. Yeah, Seismic Assault and Ren. That's sweet. I mean, I'd like to host over to him. I just hope he's playing. Let me ask him. More games tonight? Just curious. I'd like to host you guys over to somebody that's going to be playing games. Just curious if he's got more games in him. Do we just play this guy? Probably not, right? Just happened to be somebody else on the deck. I mean, we did just play this deck. That doesn't mean we played Edgar. I'm just trying to think where else I would send you if he's not playing any more games tonight. He said he's having trouble getting cards from mana traders. Oh, wait. He's getting cards. All right, I'm going to send you over to him. He's trying different cards in Jund, trying to play some of the modern Horizons lands. I'll see you guys on the next stream. Thanks for sticking around so I could find somebody to host you over to. Give him your attention. He seems like a nice guy. So, I got my start on Twitch, modern streaming, because of generous hosts from other people. So, anytime I have the opportunity to do the same, I like to. Yeah, say hi to him. He seems like a nice guy. And I'll see you guys on the next show. Should be tomorrow night. I'm going to shoot for about 7. I'll see ya. All right, good night, guys.